Stay tuned for Campbell County's premier sports talk show. It's Jake Miller Sports Talk on WLEF. Stay tuned.
This is AM 40 and FM 100.9. WLAF La Follette, the home of American Top 40, the 70s with Casey Kasem.
The positions or strategies expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the staff, management, or advertisers of WLAF.
You've tuned in to Campbell County's premier sports talk show. Jake Miller Sports Talk is on the air from now until 8 p.m. Call into the show by way of 423-562-1450. Jake Miller Sports Talk starts now on WLAF.
And welcome in to another edition of Jake Miller Sports Talk right here on WLAF. Jake Miller, Caden Poston, Matthew Moore going to be with you for the next 2 hours on many of our platforms in which we broadcast on. Going to be joined by the voice of the Knoxville Icebears, the play-by-play announcer Joel Silverberg, here in about 20 minutes. Very looking forward to that interview. It's going to be awesome. Got to do that with him on Tuesday, so that was that was just a phenomenal interview, because that's what Joel does.
That's awesome.
And in other news, Valley View Elementary School has announced its new head coach. And its new head coach is one Caden Poston. Coach.
Jake.
How we doing today?
I'm great. How are you, buddy?
Man, I just want to know. So I want you to take me back to when you found out that there was a possibility that you could get this job.
Well,
and you just, obviously you prayed about it. I know how you are. And you found it right in your heart to apply for this job.
Well, it started back in December, actually. Kind of one of those things where, I just didn't know the answer for it. And, you just look for a sign from, the Lord, something that you really got to keep deep thinking about. And just, Mr. Dodd, Jason, who is a wonderful former coach there and also the principal there right now, and he does an amazing job. He's one of the best coaches that went through Valley View, and also with others that's walked through there. I mean, I've got big shoes to fill. But it goes back to December or right in there. I knew Jason said, he asked me, would you want it next year? I really would love to have you. And, I just didn't know, what the situation would be in the future. of everything. And Ernie Mac's, I was under 2 years of under the best coaches that ever walked through Campbell County High School, Ernie Mac Clausen and Brandon Clausen, and those thoughts going through your mind. I really don't want to leave them, and I really don't want to leave those boys, and I really don't want to leave this program. I love it here. I love Campbell County. I'm all Cougar. I love, you being with them. It's, we was talking about that. They're our family. We're around them more than we are our own families. I mean, you leaving. It's like leaving your family and going to get married and moving to another house. It's kind of that's what it feels like. But really deep thought, really deep prayer, a lot of thinking, and then I got the news at the end of the year that Ernie Mac, felt led by the Lord to go watch his son play, and he stepped down, and him and Brandon stepped down, and I knew it was a sign from the Lord that here's your door, and he knew before the whole season, before even Ernie Mac knew that he would be pressed by the heart by the Lord to step down. The Lord knew that I would have this door open, an opportunity for me, and and he always kept it there, knowing that Ernie Mac would step down because he's the God of all knowing, and it's been a great journey through those 3 months, and I got the text, and at the end of the year when I found out Ernie Mac stepped down, didn't know how the situation would be, would I still be on the Cougar bench with the new coach or anything, but really something just kept telling me, you got the Valley View job open for you. Go do it. Go take it. And I called Jason and said, Jason, is that opportunity still open? And he said, yes, sir, it is. And I said, I'd like to take a consideration interview for the job. So, and here I am.
And you took the opportunity, and now you have to utilize everything that you have learned previously from Ernie Mac and Brandon. So talk to me a little bit about what you learned from them that you plan to implement up at Valley View.
Well, number one is discipline. But Ernie Mac and Brandon always taught the boys to be disciplined in life, discipline, and not just, because if you be disciplined in basketball, a lot of good things happen, and and that's dribbling too much, passing too much, shooting too much, being disciplined on defense. Don't chase somebody, switch, or just discipline little things that win ball games. That also translates to life. Be disciplined in life. Respect others, respect your elders. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Those things will get you somewhere in life, and that's a big thing with me in discipline in the classroom, and that's one thing that I'm going to amplify this year at Valley View is being disciplined in the classroom and being very respectful to your teachers and administration and your classmates around you. But another thing is a family culture. We were a family. And that's one thing that I will be taking with me at Valley View is family culture. And we're brothers, and we're going to fight for each other. We're going to stand for each other, and we're going to play for each other. But also, you're going to need each other in life eventually. And, even today when I played, I still are best friends with all the players that I play with that I still stay in contact with. I mean, we need each other. We pray for each other, and they're going to realize that one day, hopefully.
And, we talk about the coaching schematics, of course, that you're going to bring along with you. What kind of offense can we expect to see from you and your guys?
Well, elementary, it's a lot different than what I'm used to at a high school level. A lot of high schools play man. A lot of elementary play zone, so it's just simple.
You're going to see a lot of 2-1-2, a lot of 1-3-1.
Yeah, 1-3-1, 2-1-2. You might see some man mixed in there sometimes. Just a lot of simple high post, high post, low post in the short corner. A lot of movement or rotation around that. A lot of try to get the defenders to come out, and because a lot of them will stack the paint a lot, I'm sure. So I'm trying to get all the defenders to move out of the paint. Try to get guys thinking that I'm throwing it to the corner when I'm really throwing it to the short corner. Something like that. A lot of simple stuff. High post, short corner. I think it wins a lot of games. Just trying to get movement, try to keep the defense from stacking me in the paint.
What kind of defense can we expect to see from you? You're going to see more of the same that you're going to see out of everybody else? Do you plan to press? What's your go-to?
Well, a lot of pressure. We got a lot of good athletes in elementary ball. We got a bright future at Campbell County is all I got to say about it, across the whole district. You know, a lot of pressure. You'll see some man. I'm sure. I'll throw some. You know, I want to teach them some man. There'll be some zones. There'll be some traps. There'll be some trap stuff. There'll be different things. It ain't just gonna be one defense. You know, just mix simple things in there to throw teams off and just try to pressure them and throw the ball away and go the other way.
And there it is. Your new coach for the Valley View Bobcats, Caden Poston. Now, Coach, you got to talk about my favorite questions, all right?
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. You walking into Charlie's, right?
Charlie's Pizza, the best pizza in the world.
Absolutely. They hooked us up tonight.
Yes, they did.
Another one, Jake Miller style with the extra cheese,
I'm
the buffalo
surprised
sauce.
you got any after Matthew. Matthew, he was like, Jake, I've never wanted to see you so much in my life. That's what he said.
Actually, that is what he said. Very close to it. But we also got some onion rings, too. Those were phenomenal. Charlie's Pizza, 423-562-0116. What are you ordering when you call in or you go into Charlie's?
Man, I'm walking in there.
If you say the salad bar, I'm going to throw you through that window.
I am a salad guy, okay? I think they got the best ranch. I mean, they got the best ranch.
They do have the best ranch.
And, I mean, it's just point blank. I'm getting me a salad, okay? But I'm also getting a pepperoni mixed with maybe sausage, some bacon up in there. But also it's plain sausage. I love their sausage. I don't know what they do to it. It's the greatest sausage of all time. Just plain, and then there's nothing like a Charlie special either.
It's the thing that was created ever, right?
Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of like pepperoni, sausage, bacon mix, or it's regular sausage, or it is plain special, Charlie special. So I'm a different guy. I don't go in there and just get that one thing.
What's on the playlist, Posty?
Playlist. Great Christian music. I mean, you know, but a lot of.
You're a Phil Wickham guy, aren't you?
I love Phil Wickham. Chris Tomlin. Lauren Daigle, she's good. Ann Wilson, she's good. Let's see. I'm a Southern gospel guy too, so I grew up in all that. So like the Gaithers, Greater Vision, stuff like that. That's in there. If I'm not listening to gospel music, it's country music, like the older Randy Travis, Alan Jackson, Scotty McCreery, Josh Turner, everyone's like that. I mean, clean, just old-fashioned country.
Well,
that's good.
Tell you what, if you like old gospel music, I'm going to send you some files from my great-grandfather, Patton Marlowe.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, played at a lot of churches in the 60s and 70s, probably even the 50s.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's history right there.
So he passed away in 1980, I do believe was the year. But I've still got some files that we had converted over from a cassette tape. So you can imagine how hard it was to find somebody to do that, for one. But number two, the fact that we have them now, we don't ever have to worry about the tape tearing up. So I will send you some of those to listen to.
That would be awesome, man.
Last question for you. What are your hobbies outside of sports?
Hobbies outside of sports.
Do you have any?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
Terrorizing Zach Lloyd.
Hey, buddy. Zach, Titus, thank you so much for the work you do on my lawn. They do a phenomenal job cutting grass.
I love Titus. He's working hard, man.
He is working hard. He does a really good job on my yard.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My yard looks good. Better than when I mow it, and I'll leave strands sticking up and I miss a few spots. Golly. There's a reason I gave you my mower.
It's awesome. But on a real note,
Those green mowers.
A lot of besides sports, like overall sports, those takeaway sports, a lot of church work. I'm always try to do something at the church, whatever I can help my church with or my pastor. A lot of Bible ministries, especially in the summer vacation Bible school, grow ministry, stuff like that. Be with the family. I'm a big family guy. Family comes first, so spend time with Papa as much as I can, Dad, Mama, and sisters. And, when I can get to see my older sister, right now she's about to graduate from college for hair. So, I kind of don't see her as much as I used to, but I still call her. Besides that, it's basketball. So, and top golf in it.
Well, we're going to get you playing real golf So we're going to do that. And second of all, you mentioned something in your interview that kind of caught me off guard. You're like, I'm going to teach these kids it's yes, sir, no, sir. You've never called me sir.
Yeah, but you're Jake.
Yeah, but how old are you?
20.
I'm 11 years older than you.
You're still Jake.
Matthew. Fix it. You fix everything else, fix that.
I'm just
God.
glad Matthew's not asking me a question. He'll probably ask me like something hard.
Nah. But I'll say this, man. We are proud of you, and I cannot wait to come up to Valley View and watch you this year.
I'm very humbled and very excited. I give all the praise and glory and honor to Jesus Christ and Him alone, and I'm very humbled by this opportunity. And I just can't wait to prepare our kids to go play for Mr. Brad Honeycutt one day. So, and that's my hope and dream to see all of them play up there for him.
The county. That is your interview with Valley View head coach Caden Poston. Coming up next, we're going to have a very interesting interview that we did with the play-by-play announcer for the Knoxville Icebears, Joel Silverberg. So we actually got to talk with him on Tuesday this week. Matthew, as always, does a fantastic job of getting those interviews recorded to where we can bring them to you. And
at Alco Builders and Realty, we have agents that know the area, that are experts in the local market. It's very important in real estate to have someone on your team that understands the market. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you.
For more than 5 decades, one name has delivered excellence in paving: Boshears. Boshears Paving. From the perfect finish of your home driveway to commercial parking lots to roads for a new subdivision, Boshears Paving handles all types of paving projects. Boshears Paving protects your investment, enhances curb appeal with expert seal coating and precise professional striping. Unmatched quality, reliability, and service you can trust. No matter your paving needs, Boshears Paving is your solution. Call them today, 423-562-2162.
Hi, this is Kim from Bird Screen Printing. You need custom shirts, signs, or banners? Whether it's for school, business, or special event, we've got you covered. We're local, friendly, and ready to help turn your dreams into a reality. Fast, reliable service from folks you know and trust. Come see us at Bird Screen Printing. Let's get your next project started.
Hey, this is Larry Burge. Stop by and see us today in downtown La Follette at 225 East Central Avenue or call 423-562-3044. 562-3044. Go Cougars!
Jake Miller Sports Talk, WLAF, cruising along with you on this Thursday evening. Pleased to be joined by the man behind the mic, the play-by-play announcer for your Knoxville Icebears, Joel Silverberg. Joel, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good. The semifinals are coming up this weekend. A very exciting time of the year. This is always my favorite time of the season, and so very excited and very thankful to be calling more hockey this season before it ends.
Absolutely. We get bonus hockey. That's always a good thing. Unless we talk about what happened last week until it's like midnight and it feels like the game's never going to end. But of course, we talk about last week and, you don't only get the series win, but you swept Huntsville in the series. Just talk about how big of an impact that makes for the team moving forward and being able to carry that momentum into the next series that we have with Peoria coming up.
I think anytime you win a playoff series, you feel like there's always momentum because you're one step closer, regardless of whether you have to grind out a series in a game 3 in a best of 3 or you end up sweeping a team. I think anytime there's always going to be momentum taken in. And so all 4 teams that are in the semifinals these next 2 weekends are going to be feeling very confident, be feeling like they have a chance to win the championship. And so I think Knoxville's certainly in that group. I think for Knoxville specifically, we felt like we had a lot of momentum going into the series. That was a matchup that our team, our coaching staff felt optimistic about. We won 4 out of 6 against Huntsville during the regular season. And I think we knew getting game 1 at home, if we had the opportunity to take a 1-0 series lead, we could go into Huntsville and potentially close it out. And I think Friday was exciting just because it was the first time since 2009 we had won a playoff game against Huntsville. They had swept us the last 3 times these two teams had met in the postseason. So getting that double overtime win on Friday was obviously exciting. You win that game, and I think anytime you go to overtime to start off a playoff series, that win carries a little bit more momentum. And then game 2 on Saturday didn't get off to the start that we wanted, found a way to keep it close through the first 2 periods. I think Knoxville would probably acknowledge that the Icebears got outplayed just a little bit in the first 40 minutes, and we're fortunate to be tied going into the second intermission. And then Stephen Mundinger makes some big saves early on when Huntsville's on the power play. Ryan Kuzmich gets the go-ahead goal, and Knoxville did a great job at limiting Huntsville from there. I don't know if they really had a high-quality scoring chance over the last 10 minutes of the third period, and then once Jimmy Soper got that empty net goal, was kind of all she wrote. So I think it just meant a lot for the organization, especially for 2 teams that are 2 of the only remaining charter members of the SPHL since the league's inception more than 2 decades ago. So I think for Knoxville, it's always special to win a playoff series. It's always special to win a playoff game in overtime, and it's always special to beat a rival team and sweep a rival team. So when you do all those things in one weekend, there's going to be a lot of memories for sure moving forward.
Joel, talk about some of the guys, we talked about, you mentioned Stephen Mundinger just now, but of course, Jimmy Soper, Robin Lilliquist. There were some games there towards the end of the season in which we did not see those guys, and then we finally get them all back. How vital is that to get those guys back on this team and get them back in the flow heading into the playoffs, number one, but also into a very important series with the best team in the SPHL?
Well, I think it was huge just because obviously you always want your captain, you always want your starting goalie, and then you want your defensive core to be consistent. That's something that Knoxville's kind of struggled with all year. So during the first few months of the season, Knoxville was leading the league in call-ups. We had at one point 10 different players up in the ECHL, so half the roster that we thought we were going to have from a core standpoint just wasn't there. And then as we started to get some of those ECHL guys back, we started losing a lot of guys to injury. And at one point we had 7 guys on injured reserve. So, we still didn't really get fully healthy. Davide Gaeta is still on IR. Billy Roach is still on IR. Paxton LaRue, Connor Green. We lost Cam Toby for the season back in February. So, it was kind of a lot of a work in progress of just having to put the lineup together. So getting Jimmy back was really important because of how good he was in the postseason a year ago. And obviously he showed that through the first 2 games, 6 points in 2 games in this series against Huntsville. Robin, I think, was a player that was developing, just being a really solid, steady D. And then what he ended up doing in game 1 just proved that he was in the right place at the right time. And I'm sure everybody's very grateful that he's back in the lineup. And then with Stephen Mundinger, at the time of his injury, his previous 10 games, he was 6-3-1, 3 shutouts, a 149 goals against average, and a 957 save percentage. So, he was playing the best hockey of his career at the time that he gets hurt. And then he has nearly a full 2-month absence. And, he plays those 2 games against Birmingham to close out the regular season. A couple of bad bounces against him. Thought he did a lot of good things well, but the jury was out. Okay, but can he steal a playoff game like he did last year? And then game 2, he makes those first key big saves in the third period when the score is still tied. And then you can kind of see, okay, it looks like Dinger is kind of locked in here. And then once we got that third goal, you really felt the air come out of the building in Huntsville for the first time all night. And then I think we kind of knew, hey, with our structure and the way that Steven's playing right now, we've got a pretty good chance to close this one out. And that's exactly what happened.
And take us back to your call in double overtime on Saturday, because of course I'm at the game. I don't hear the call live, but then I see the post of Robin's goal after the fact. And the first comment I make is Big Game Bob. Well, then I flip it over to your call and he's called Big Boy Bobby. So where does the nickname come from? And just, talk us through that call. What's going through your mind as this is all going on? It's like, oh, can we just get this game over with? Like, who's going to make a play? Like, what's going through your mind when you make a call like that?
Well, so that sort of just came to me. Big Boy Bobby is not actually his nickname. Everybody just calls Robin Bob. That's just what they call. Apparently, that's a nickname that one of his brothers gave him years ago, and so that it just kind of stuck. So everybody just calls him Bob. And so that's always been his nickname throughout the course of the season. Big Boy Bobby just kind of occurred. For those who don't know, he's 6'9", so that's kind of where the nickname comes from a little bit. Anytime you have a player that's that tall playing ice hockey, it is a little bit alarming, especially in this league. We don't see it very often. I think he's only the third player in the time that I've been in this league anyway. He's only the third player 6'8" or taller that has played for Knoxville. So it does not happen very often. On that play, I thought we kind of had some opportunities in the first overtime, and I noticed that we were starting to just miss shots off target. You could kind of see the fatigue was wearing on shooters and wearing on guys. And so that play kind of starts. We make an offensive zone draw. Dawson McKinney, who had already scored 2 goals in the game earlier, he fires from the left circle. The shot's wide by like 3 feet off the far side post. And so I can kind of tell, like, okay, fatigue is kind of setting in. Guys are having a little bit of a harder time hitting shots. And so that shot goes wide. It rolls up the boards. Robin keeps the play alive. He finds Jimmy Soper up on the half wall. Jimmy kind of makes his way towards the high slot and decides he's going to shoot the puck. And at that point, you're just like, everybody's got to just fire pucks on net because goalies are tired, shooters are tired. Eventually something's going to get through. And Jimmy's shot gets blocked. And then I see Robin coming in from behind to follow it up. And when I see him rear up for this slap shot, I start thinking, man, this is the type of shot. This is the type of play you need, because despite both goalies giving up 4 goals, I thought throughout overtime and late in the third period, both goalies were pretty locked in. It was going to take kind of a really wicked shot to beat either goaltender at that point. And Brian Wilson also was the reigning SPHL goaltender of the month. He was playing really good hockey going into this series. And I see Bobby line up for it. And anytime you get a block shot where you can get a quick rebound off of, that's where you really have an opportunity to catch a goaltender off guard. Wilson had dropped to his pads. Robin found the top side post and was just able to put that in top shelf. And so once I saw him rear back for that, I thought this one really has a chance to go. You see him tee off, see the puck go in. And that's the type of shot that you need. And Robin had only scored 2 goals the entire regular season. And I'm pretty sure both of them were off like odd bounces. Like I know his first one, his shot actually deflected off a stick and fluttered in over the goalie. That was months ago. And so, we hadn't really seen him just fire a missile like that despite his size. And it was really cool to see him just take the moment. He didn't try to handle the puck, didn't try to settle it and then shoot. He just went in and teed off on the one-timer, and really glad to see the team get rewarded for that sort of play.
Absolutely. And of course, Friday, we did have, a player go down and he just kind of, faded away. We didn't really see anything of him. It's like, okay, well, where's he at? And of course, we find out Tyler Williams is probably not going to be with us for a minute. Could you speak just a little bit on that? And what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Knoxville got a power play early on in the first 5 minutes of the first period in game 1. Tyler Williams was Knoxville's leading scorer this year, had 40 points to lead the team. He's one of the team's alternate captains. He led all rookies in scoring for Knoxville last season. So in his second year, hadn't missed a game all year. He's trying to establish a net front presence and try to find some positioning in the slot area while Knoxville's on the power play. A shot comes in from the perimeter, and it's just an unfortunate case of friendly fire. The puck comes in high. It hit Tyler kind of in the head and neck area. He was able to skate off the ice under his own power and keep the power play alive, which, credit to Tyler's toughness, because it actually, Knoxville ends up scoring on that power play because the puck stays in the zone. And Knoxville had really struggled this year in sequences on the power play where if the puck exits the zone, Knoxville had really had an issue with reestablishing the zone entry. And so because Tyler's able to skate off under his own power, play doesn't have to stop, the puck stays in the zone, Knoxville is able to hang on to it. Jared Westcott comes in and takes Williams' spot on the power play, and then Dawson McKinney scores the goal that ties the game early in the first. So Tyler was officially a healthy scratch for game 2, and then Derek Osick took his spot in the lineup. Derek Osick was Knoxville's leading scorer a year ago, so and then he just got activated off injured reserve right before the postseason began. So Tyler's unavailable. I've not been given an update on his status at this time. Saw him kind of walking around the office yesterday, had his dog, was in good spirits. He was really excited. He was posting on social media for game 2, was really excited about the boys getting the win. But as of right now, his status for this Peoria series is undetermined.
And Tyler, of course, somebody that does a lot, in the community as well, which, all the guys do, throughout the course of the year and even in the off season as well. Tell us about some of the things that we see them do off the ice. What, organizations are they, heavily involved in? Of course, I'm partial to animals, so anytime I see them, at the animal shelter, that always warms my heart. Tell us about some of the other stuff the team does.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff with young Williams, and we've actually had several, a couple of players, and even our coach, John Gerskus, have actually adopted dogs through all that. So Tyler Williams, the one guy that we just talked about, adopted a dog, Winston, and, adopted a puppy earlier this season, and now Winston is like huge. And, sometimes he finds his way around the facility and So Tyler brought him by yesterday. It's just been fun seeing him, how big he is, and hearing the stories of what these guys are trying to do while managing their schedule, while also trying to train these dogs and get them to behave, because you adopt these puppies and they still need to, they still act like puppies even when they get a little bigger. And we've all been there if we've owned dogs. So it's really funny to kind of see that. So they've had some involvement with young Williams. They do a lot of school visits where they'll go out to elementary schools and play ball hockey with some of the kids, usually in the gymnasium, and gives the players an opportunity to kind of teach the fundamentals of hockey to younger students. They've done some clinics out at the Ice Chalet in West Knoxville, where during the earlier parts of the season they'll kind of have some weeknight clinics where going out doing different drills and teaching the kids how to skate, stuff like that. So it's about growing the sport, but also growing the community, and that's something that the Icebears and the Knoxville Icebears Charitable Foundation, all those initiatives right there is wanting to help our community get better, but also using the sport of hockey to do that. That's something that the Icebears have really wanted to do in Knoxville.
Absolutely. And talk to us a little bit more about that. Obviously, growing up here, it's always, we see stuff for football for our youth, basketball, baseball, and soccer. I feel like those are really the big four that really get focused on in this area. What are some ways that our youngsters can get involved in hockey, like get them into the game? What programs are out there for them, and what do the Icebears do to help drive that?
So the Icebears are corporate partners with Provision Hockey Academy, and that's out in Lenoir City, and that's run by former Icebears goaltender Brian Hintz. And so he oversees the junior Knoxville Icebears travel teams as well. So for youth programs and hockey development, he has facilities and equipment and a facility out there that not just a way for kids to be able to get on skates and learn how to play hockey, but also just some synthetic sheets of ice where you can kind of train year round. If you're just looking to teach your child how to skate, teaching them the fundamentals of playing ice hockey, it's a great facility out there. And so having that connection with Brian, obviously one of the best goalies in the history of the SPHL, our playoff MVP from back in 2015 when the Icebears won the Cup. He's continued to make East Tennessee a part of his home and wanted to grow the sport in the community. And now he's, overseeing the junior Icebears and now has his own academy out there. So it's been really cool to see how Brian has helped grow the sport for youth. But that's our biggest opportunity for youth to be able to get involved in hockey. If you're wanting to be able to learn, obviously teaching the fundamentals, teaching your child how to skate is very important. But if you want your kid to get into hockey, Provision Hockey Academy is a great place to start.
Absolutely. Now it's time for the fun questions of the interview. Everybody gets asked these questions, and I think this might be everybody's favorite part of the interview because at least two of the things on here everyone can relate to. So, Joel, what is the go-to food item right now outside of the Knoxville Civic Coliseum? Obviously, I'm a big fan of Humble Hog. The Mac and Q is by far the best item that you can get when you go to an Icebears game. What is on your list as your top item to get right now?
So I'm just always excited for pizza. So that's kind of my thing. Whenever we go on a road trip, I always try to find like a local pizzeria. So my favorite is Tony's Pizzeria up in Moline. That's where the Quad City Storm play. We didn't go there this year, so I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to try it. But every place there seems to be some sort of local pizza joint that I can usually try to find. So I always look for pizza, but Tony's up in downtown Moline, Illinois, right on the Iowa border, is one of my favorites.
And, I'm going to have Mark Atnett pick something up for you on his way in. He and I live in the same neck of the woods. So we're going to set you up with Charlie's Pizza, and we're going to do it the way I do it. So it's going to be a pepperoni pizza with what I call a heat blanket. So it's going to be an extra layer of cheese, red pepper flakes, and a buffalo sauce drizzle. So we're going to set you up with that for sure. Local joint up here in La Follette. By the way, speaking of Mark Atnett, how hard is it to work with that guy? When I worked with him, he would give me fits sometimes like, can we redo that? Can we redo that? Can we redo that? But obviously there are no redos when you're the PA guy for the Knoxville Icebears. How hard is that guy to work with?
Well, it's funny because, we talk a lot and prep a lot before games together, and we kind of go over like if he, sometime because he usually comes in before official transactions have been announced. So he usually touches base with me about, things that we need to know. Are there any changes for the opposing team, any jersey number changes, stuff like that. So we talk a lot for our own respective roles within the organization, but our jobs don't overlap a whole lot. If anything, I kind of rely on him because, we don't have referees mic'd up in our league. So when he's announcing penalties, that's how I find out when something happened, because sometimes I can't see the signal. And obviously if there's a huge scrum and there's 5 guys going to the penalty box, I don't know what's going on. So I kind of rely on the announcement from Mark because he gets it relayed from the referees. But, it's really full circle working with him because he left the first time from his first tenure with the Icebears the same offseason that I was actually hired. And so a lot of people don't know that Mark used to call the play-by-play for road games in addition to doing the PA for the home games. And so Mark was technically doing this before I was. And so we met about halfway through my first season, and, you know, I kind of got the chance to chat with him a little bit. And, you know, he was kind of still back living in Texas at the time. And then a few years later, full circle, he comes back. Now he's the PA announcer again. He's been back for several years. So it's just kind of interesting to kind of be in that role with him. But, you know, it's something that I throw out there from time to time because a lot of people know Mark and see him as, you know, the PA voice of the team. And a lot of people don't realize that he used to do what I was doing. So it's very, very funny. But yeah, I've always appreciated just his encouragement. He's always been very positive over the years when it comes to the broadcast. You know, especially if I say something funny, those seem to stick with him the most. He always loves bringing, I remember when you said this. And there are times where I have to say, yeah, I'm not proud of that one. And he doesn't care. So he is one of my biggest fans. He's super supportive and encouraging. And I'm very appreciative for all the encouragement that he's given over the years.
Absolutely. And just to clarify for our listeners, we absolutely love Mark, one of the best guys in the business. Great guy. And you might see him around town if you're in La Follette. And Joel, what is on your playlist right now? Of course, you got a long drive coming up here this Thursday as you guys head to Peoria. What is on your playlist?
I'm a pretty big punk rock, like 90s, 2000s punk rock, contemporary Christian rock type of guy. So, you know, Blink 182, Sum 41, a lot of Simple Plan, really enjoy Simple Plan. You know, try to find the cleaner stuff for some of these artists. Like I recently discovered Neck Deep. They don't have a lot of stuff that doesn't have that E tag next to it. So you have to be very selective. You know, I grew up on a lot of like Reliant K, Skillet, Pillar, you know, growing up as my dad's a pastor. So, and now my father-in-law is too. So it's really stayed in the family. So definitely a lot of contemporary Christian hits. I grew up going to a lot of rock concerts. So 11-7, Sanctus Real. I think Toby Mac has either headlined or opened at like every concert I've ever been at. Like you can't go to a Christian rock concert without either Sanctus Real or Toby Mac being present. Loved Hawk Nelson as a kid. So yeah, that's kind of what I see on my playlist the most is whatever, you know, older. I discover like punk and emo. I discover all my favorite stuff like 10 years after it was popular. Like I found this new song by Bowling for Soup and I was like, oh, I got to show my friends this. It's like that, Joel, that came out in 2013. So, you know, so I discover a lot of stuff way too late. I became a Sayison fan 12 years after they were popular. None of my friends listen to them anymore. So yeah, that's a lot of my jam. That's what's usually on the playlist, but I think I was born in the wrong era because I'm discovering this stuff on Spotify well after it happened.
Hey, it just be like that sometimes. That's what I guess what the younger kids are saying these days. I graduated high school in 2013, so all of my stuff was, you know, early 2000s. If I hear it on ESPN, Pillar actually had a song as one of their highlight songs on ESPN during, I think, 06 would have been the time frame because it was a college football highlight film, and then For the Love of the Game was actually the song they played over that. So it's like you said that, and I'm like, oh, I remember them for sure. But Joel, what else do we like outside of hockey? You know, obviously, we're all big UT fans. It's the Knoxville area. You actually have some ties to 99.1 as well. So what do you do outside of sports?
My wife and I really enjoy kind of being homebodies and hanging out with our two young daughters. So we have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And obviously with the sports schedule, you know, trying to invest time in them is really important. So my wife and I are we watch a lot of shows that aren't necessarily current. Every once in a while we find a current show, but we're the same way with TV, the same way I am with music. We watch shows like years after they came out. So right now we're watching White Collar. We went back. I saw Psych when it first happened live, but my wife didn't. So we went back and rewatched Psych. I recently had her rewatch 24. That's one of my favorite shows ever. We finished Blue Bloods last year, so that was live. We're watching Abbott Elementary right now. Only Murders in the Building. So we watch a lot of, you know, we watch a lot of TV. That's kind of our thing together. Is we like to watch shows, and then we like to get into the fan fiction about it. Like not other people's. Like we have our own theories about every show that's going on. So we just chat and hang out a lot. My wife and I we end up going to bed late quite frequently just because we like to hang out and just talk. But with our kids, they're really into reading and animals and music. So our both of our daughters really love to dance. I enjoy just reading with them, spending time with them. They love to go to playgrounds. And so just trying to be active with them as much as we can. And just trying to encourage them to just spend time with family as much as possible. Both of our parents are local, so we get a lot of time with the grandparents. So it's a lot of family time. But even as a hobby, I am really into sports. So I'm honestly watching sports. I'm a pretty big nerd, so I play video games when I do get the rare occasion where I've got some time by myself, and just connecting with my friends that way too. So I'm pretty down to earth. I really am quite boring outside of sports. I think that's something that some people find kind of on point. So just, after the chaos of a weekend where you're traveling on the road and you get through the course of a season, I really do just like to lay low and every once in a while travel to some new places that are good foodie towns. So my wife and I enjoy going to cities like Asheville, North Carolina. We recently went to Chattanooga to celebrate our anniversary and just enjoyed kind of getting to walk around town because I had never really, as I'm a Knoxville native, but I'd really never just spent a day in Chattanooga before. So I like doing a lot of really simple stuff like that, where I'm able to just spend time with my family and just get to enjoy the things that I've turned into my profession outside of work. So I'm looking forward to watching the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm bummed the Predators aren't going to be there. But I enjoy, obviously watching Tennessee football and basketball, getting into March Madness. Love March Madness. And so enjoyed getting to watch Tennessee's run to the Elite Eight. So I do take a lot of time to just enjoy sports outside of a workplace capacity.
Love it. Absolutely. Good stuff. Joel, tell us where to find you on social media.
So I'm at Joel Silverberg on X. Usually any of my work on social media related to my work is kind of going to be through my work-related accounts. So at Knoxville Icebears on Instagram, the Knoxville Icebears Facebook page, at Icebears on X. So a lot of our stuff is going to go through there. And then the Knoxville Icebears podcast, which I host throughout the season, should have another episode dropping this week if I can find the time before we have to hit the bus to Peoria. But you can watch that on YouTube on the Knoxville Icebears YouTube channel, or if you just YouTube search Knoxville Icebears podcast. And you can also listen on Apple Podcast and Spotify. So 3 places where you can catch the KIB podcast, and obviously a lot to talk about this week with the semifinals coming up as well.
That is Joel Silverberg, your play-by-play guy for your Knoxville Icebears. Joel, thanks so much. We'll talk soon.
All right, thank you.
Stay with us. Jake Miller Sports Talk continues right after this.
Whether you're a contractor or you're just handling a project around the house or farm, CNO Metal Sales has the best prices in the tri-state. Metal roofing custom cuts as well as delivery are available from CNO Metal. Be sure and ask us about our lifetime warranty on metal. Matt Klein can handle your big or small jobs from 1 piece of metal to 100. Select from 22 colors. CNO Metal Sales is right behind O'Reilly's Auto Parts in Middlesboro. Just take a left at the first stoplight and CNL is on the right. See or call Matt at 606-248-5744.
This is Matthew Klein, former Cougar number 42. Come see me at CNL Metal.
Since 1963, CNC Concrete has been serving Campbell County and surrounding areas with the best there is in concrete. The best in rock, the best in rebar, the best in sand, the best in pretty much anything pertaining to concrete. That's CNC Concrete. Bobby Crass is his family's 2nd generation of owning and operating CNC. As Bobby says, we hold your dreams, the concrete to your dream home. CNC Concrete, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until the job gets done.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Quality and Clayton go hand in hand. That's quality constructed homes from Clayton Homes. The staff at Clayton Homes, located right here at home in Campbell County at Jacksboro, is ready to help you through all the steps of home ownership, from selecting the home that's just right for you to putting the keys in your hand. Since 1956, Clayton Homes has been making dreams come true. See the home folks about your new dream home from Clayton Homes, 110 North Street near Jacksboro Middle School. Call or just come on by.
Campbell County's premier sports radio and TV talk show is on the air. This is Jake Miller Sports Talk on WLAF.
segment, hour number 1. Jake Miller Sports Talk. It's Jake Miller, Caden Poston. Guys, want to give a shout out to our friends at Blue Detailing. See them down in Jacksboro. Doing a fantastic job. Caden, you can speak very clearly as to what they did with your vehicle. How much trash did they have to get out of that thing when you took it down to
I'm
them?
telling you, it's like when you get saved, a new creation in Christ Jesus.
Blue Detailing in Jacksboro.
Awesome.
Check them out on Facebook.
Awesome.
Caden Poston, our interview with Joel Silverberg. What did you learn?
That hockey's just awesome. I mean, it's just amazing sport. It's it's just awesome. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I learned so much from it. Just learned how much, Knoxville just loves hockey. I mean, it's just amazing to me. And then, getting to experience what they're experiencing right now is pretty cool.
Absolutely. Matthew has even turned into a hockey fan over the course of this season. And tell you what, when I get my buddy passes for my season tickets next year, you're going.
I'm a-going.
You're going.
I'm a-going.
And you're going to get one of these jerseys.
That'd be awesome. We'll match on the show, Jake.
We can do that. Do that, or you get the white one.
Oh, I'll get the white one. That'd be cool.
Orange one.
I'll take the white one.
Take the white one?
Because you can wear it in the summer, too.
I've also got some of the specialty jerseys, too. I've got the Rockstar Night edition.
Oh, wow.
And the letters are AC/DC theme.
That's pretty cool.
The St. Patrick's Day jersey.
Didn't you say they do like an auction thing at the end of the game?
Oh, yeah. You can pay $2,000 for a jersey.
I'm good.
Nah, they're not all that much. One player in particular, his always go for quite a bit of money. Joel Silverberg, fantastic job by him.
Wonderful job.
Of course, Knoxville plays tomorrow at 8:15. That game will be broadcasted on Flow Sports. Go to the away broadcast, and you will get to hear Joel's call of the game. But I got to do something this past weekend, and I hadn't been in a few years, but I'm very glad that I had the opportunity to go.
Oh, what is it, Jake?
I went to Bristol.
Oh, yeah, you told me that last week. How was it?
Man, I forgot how much NASCAR tailgate just absolutely dog stomps football tailgate.
Really?
Yes.
I tell you one thing they do.
They do.
They do.
They do.
Be quiet, Jake.
Clip that, Matthew. Put it on a T-shirt.
Get
on it, Mom.
That they do. They let you bring your own snacks in.
Yeah.
I wish Tennessee would let us do that.
Well, and that's the one thing about it. And, Lexi hadn't been since she was, like, very young, like too young to really remember what was going on. But we get there, and I'm like, oh, let's go to the Midway, because that's what it's usually called. They call it the Midway.
Mm-hmm.
Where all the vendors are set up. You got all the trailers with all the merch and everything like that. Of course, I have to get a Jeff Gordon shirt because Jeff Gordon was my driver growing up.
Oh, I mean, that's awesome, though.
But she looks around, and she's like, look at this. Look at this. There's merch trailers everywhere. There's a mini Bass Pro Shop set up right here underneath this tent. There's a liquor truck. There's a beer truck. There's a food truck. There's literally everything here. And you can take your own cooler in. I'm like, welcome to NASCAR.
Where you can bring your own Doritos.
Oh, you can bring your own Doritos. Bring your own Diet Cokes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bring a couple libations if you so please.
I mean, I'd be
responsibly, of course.
Bringing Cheez-Its, Doritos, and Diet Coke. Well, not Diet Cokes. Cokes,
What if I pack you a lemonade? You're a big lemonade guy.
Oh, I love lemonade. Pink lemonade, yellow lemonade, it don't matter.
Tell you what, if I get you some pink lemonades in a can, will you go to Bristol with me next year?
I'll go to Bristol with you.
All right. Matthew, you heard it. He's going to a hockey game, and he's going to Bristol.
Just pink lemonade, boys.
Pink lemonade?
And some Doritos.
So if that's all it's going to take to get you to Bristol is pink lemonade and Doritos, I think I can manage that.
Be awesome.
You like nacho cheese or Cool Ranch?
Nacho cheese, man.
You don't like Cool Ranch?
I do, but there's just nothing like the nacho cheese.
Oh, well, he's really going to enjoy the walking taco that they have at the Knoxville Icebears game.
Oh, wow.
Open up a bag of Doritos, little walking taco with nacho cheese Doritos.
They got a game tonight? I'm just kidding.
Next Thursday's game 3.
Next Thursday.
They're
going to get it. They're going to win it.
You think so?
Luck. You're good luck, Jake.
Are you sure?
Yes. And this interview that you had was good luck.
Because they went into this as the 7 seed. There was only 8 teams in it. They went in as the 7 seed, swept the number 2 team, which they had not beaten since 2009. They've been swept every year that they had played them in the playoffs since. and we get the sweep.
Hey, listen, playoff time, you're 0-0, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new season.
Right now we're 2-0.
2-0. Fixing to be 3-0.
I hope so. Of course, Peoria is the best team in the league, so we're going to see what happens there. But I want to say something about this race, though, on Sunday, because a lot of people associate NASCAR with a bunch of cars turning in a circle, putting the pedal to the metal, and turning left. Well, Bristol's a little bit different because, it's only a half-mile track.
Mm-hmm.
There's 37 cars in this thing. It's pretty easy to start lapping cars.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be some wrecks, right? And then it's basically between Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson the entire race. It's like either the 5's out front or the 12's out front.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a late caution. It's like, okay, well, who's coming to pit? Well, Ty Gibbs stays out. Grandson of Joe Gibbs, former Super Bowl champion and owner of Joe Gibbs Racing. He has yet to win a NASCAR Cup Series race, and he got his first win this past Sunday at Bristol.
It's pretty awesome. Congratulations. I mean, it's probably a childhood memory for him.
I mean, that's all he's ever known.
I bet. I mean, that'd be awesome. I mean, to do something that you've always wanted to do, I mean, that probably was magical for him.
Well, I'm sure Joe Gibbs looked at him and said, well, son, you're about 5'7", 5'8". You're not going to make it to the NFL. You're not going to be able to play where I coached, but we can put you in a car.
And you're going to go win. Big time.
And he won.
Big time.
He did have a pretty sizable lead there at the end.
It's pretty awesome.
And the problem was you had the two behind him, Blaney and Larson, battling each other. If they'd have just drove, it would have been fine. One of them would have got the win. Nope. Ty Gibbs, first career win at Bristol.
Congratulations.
Of course, Rick Barnes, we talk about basketball a little bit, and Rick Barnes has been raiding
the
portal.
I mean, boom, 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 commitment. It's like ever since we lost that Elite Eight, he's boom, 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 boom.
Do you think a lot of it is he realizes that his time as a coach is coming to an end in the very near future?
Well, he knows that. I mean, the older you get, I'm sure you start feeling it, and it's a lot. I mean, even just coaching, high school basketball, it's a lot. And I mean, can you imagine coaching at just like a Bryan College or a nothing against those schools, but a smaller college like that? I'm sure it's a ton of work. I mean, now you're coaching an SEC school, but not just SEC. You're coaching at Tennessee, University of Tennessee. So right. I'm sure that it takes a toll on your body, your mental health, and everything else.
Well, and two, like, in my mind, if I'm him, I'm trying to go get guys that can shoot.
Yep.
Guys that can score, guys that can put points on the board.
Well, I mean, you look at the numbers that these players are coming in that we've seen committed. They've scored more points in their latest season than half of our team combined last year did.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's definitely going after scores. I mean, the 6'7" forward guard is – you're fired. I'm just kidding. He scored like 21 points a game, so it's really, for him to do that, it's pretty awesome.
And we're going to be monitoring that closer. We also just signed the number one prospect in the state of Tennessee, a 4-star recruit from B. Mays Elite. So that's Bobby Mays' academy. I say academy, that's his AAU team that he has on the Under Armour circuit that he's constructed, and a lot of guys that have played for him have gone on to play college ball. Of course, the most recent ones to come to Tennessee, B.J. Edwards and N.J. Tamba.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, neither one of those two stayed at Tennessee more than a year. Of course, Tamba goes to he actually went to Tusculum or Milligan and just absolutely showed out before he went to St. John's.
Yep.
And before that, I think he actually went to one of the smaller schools out west, Weber State, I think is where he went. And then B.J. Edwards, of course, transfers out, went to SMU. I don't even know where he's at now.
I don't even know. I really didn't follow him after he left Tennessee. So.
No, I mean, they bounce around so much. I mean, Freddie DeLeon is probably, I think he's on his way to Georgia, as a matter of fact. And
that's crazy. He's moved like 3 times.
Well, and two, I mean, that just speaks, to one of the things that I mentioned to Charlotte when we first started this show. It's like, the transfer portal, NIL, it's, is it ruining sports? I think it is ruining basketball to a degree.
It is. I mean, I didn't think it would ruin us basketball as much as as far as it's gone now, but it's kind of like hit basketball all at once because I thought it'll hurt football more. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like the bigger sport, whatever.
If anything, it's helped Tennessee more than it has hurt it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just players leaving, players out, whatever. Yeah. And it's like basketball is just kind of doing the same thing as football, so they got to figure out a way to control it.
Well, I think I made this comment before. I'll say it again, but it's like AAU basketball.
Yeah.
You can't build a program. You just have to assemble the best team you can year in and year out.
Yep.
And that's what it's come to.
And we're going to have to fix that.
We are going to have to fix that indeed. As far as how to fix it, I don't know.
But there has
I'm
to be
just
a
a
way.
talk show host.
I just work for you, Jake.
And I sell tools.
Well, I just coach basketball.
And I sell good ones, too. Ain't that right, Matthew?
Oh, that's true.
See?
I mean,
I could go on a rampage in the next segment about how great your tools are.
You hear that?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they are great.
Do you know how to use tools?
Listen, when we started working on our Easter play at the church, Sam Boshears made me learn how to use tools.
What kind of tools?
Well, a drill, did that stuff. Just a lot of that around that area.
What brand?
I don't have a clue. I just know.
What color was it, Caden?
I think it was orange. I think.
Oh, it's rigid.
Rigid. Okay. I don't know these things. I just work here.
You just work here?
Yeah.
Oh, we appreciate you working here. That is going to do it for our.
Cam Boozer.
What's that?
He's back.
Caden Boozer?
Cam Boozer, whatever his name is. Boozer.
Cameron's on to the pros.
Cameron.
Caden's staying back.
Caden. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah. The Boozer twins.
The Boozers.
The best of the Boozers is on to the NBA. The lesser of the two Boozers is staying at Duke. That's going to do it for hour number one. Hour number two, Jake Miller Sports Talk, coming up right here on WLAF.
When it comes to a personal loan, the person you talk to makes a difference. At Community Trust Bank, our loan specialists understand whether you're consolidating debt, covering expenses, making an amazing purchase, or planning that dream vacation. Your reasons are personal. That's why we offer flexible payment options and competitive rates to help make it happen. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, this is Chris Malone at Doyle's Tire Shop. We invite you to buy the new and used tires and friendly service. We're doing our best to continue the legacy of Doyle's Tire Shop. Come see us on the 4-lane next to Eagle Tire Pro, right between La Follette and Jacksboro. Doyle's Tire Shop. The tradition continues.
E.E. Hill & Son Insurance.
You know, the insurance agency started out as Hill Insurance, and it was started by my grandfather in 1925.
Celebrating 100 years in 2025.
I went into the insurance business with my dad and my Uncle David in '74 after I got out of UT. Then I bought the agency from my dad in '77.
It started as father and son.
Most people think that E.E. Hill & Son is my dad and me, and it's not. It was my granddad and my dad.
And 100 years later,
our agency's been blessed to be in a community that has embraced our agency, and we have had some of the most amazing employees.
Go Cougars!
When you think loans, think green and look for us under the big green sign, First National Bank on the 4-lane La Follette. Our hometown staff welcomes you by today. See Brian. Ask for Carrie. Look for Beth behind the counter. Or see Taylor at the drive-thru. First National Bank Oneida. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Your family, your future, your bank. First National Bank. Cougar fans, get your First National Bank orange and blue Cougar debit card.
At Grace Rehab, we have one goal in mind: to improve your quality of life. We provide physical, occupational, and speech therapy for all ages. Grace's therapy and treatment plans are individualized for each patient.
Well, my doctor didn't think I would be to this point at this time, and I wouldn't have been had it not been for the rehab center here at Grace.
Oh, I like all the people that's here, and they've been real nice, and I've had a ton of fun with them.
Grace Rehab, we want to help you feel your best.
Hi, my name's Amanda Pemberton. I'm a lifelong Campbell County native, former Lady Cougar.
I'm a personal lines agent here at Gray Insurance. I would love to help you out with all your home, auto, life insurance, and health needs. We're an independent agency, so we can offer you a wide variety of companies. Come see me and I'll be glad to help you with all your insurance needs. Thanks.
I'm Daniel Dagley, and it's that time of year again. Come see us at Gray Insurance for all your health care needs.
If you're looking for quality at bargain prices, look no further than Hammers in Clinton. Family owned and operated, Hammers is there to help you stretch that dollar. Need jeans? Hammers has them. Need boots? Hammers has those. Need something orange for game day? Hammers has that as well. And don't forget to check out their home decor. When you visit Hammers in Clinton, you save money and time with a one-stop shop. And don't forget that RC and moon pie before you leave. Hammers, off the Clinton exit, just past Community Trust Bank. Easy to find, easy to shop.
Hi, I'm Macy Wilcox, the owner of La Follette Nutrition, and at La Follette Nutrition, we support the Cougars. Stop by and get a loaded tea and shake or a superfood bowl. And don't forget, we have seasonal menus. We're located at 240 West Central Avenue, Suite 9, across from First Baptist Church.
I'm Bailey Ball. Come see my dad, Billy, at La Follette Mine Supply. Hey, he's my dad too. Come see our dad. For septic tanks, PVC pipe, septic chambers, and rebar. Be sure and ask about our low prices on Tractor Ag Fluid, Def Fluid, and Rotella T4 motor oil. What's that? No kids zone? You can read?
The staff at LUB, La Follette Utilities Board, is there for you. You may be needing new service at your future home. LUB crews bring the experience, know-how, and equipment to put you in service. And when troubles arise, LUB crews are there, no matter the hour or the day, to restore your service. Connect to LUB.org or call 423-562-3316 for assistance on new service, existing service, or to report an outage. Count on LUB to be there.
Since 1917, People's Bank of the South has been providing banking services to our friends and neighbors in Campbell and surrounding counties. Along with traditional services, we offer the latest technology as well, including contactless debit cards, mobile banking, remote deposit, mobile wallets, and more. All this, and we are still here to answer the phone when you call. Stop by and see us today. People's Bank has 3 convenient locations. Our main office is in the heart of La Follette, a second location in Jacksboro near the mall, and our Clinton branch is just off I-75 at exit 122. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
BP is here for you. Rice Oil features BP at Big O's Valley and at Cumberland Crossing BP. BP provides the energy that keeps Campbell County and America moving. Amoco is here for you. Amoco brings you the quality fuel that Americans have been trusting for more than 100 years. Find Amoco at West End Amoco. Save 15 cents a gallon on BP and Amoco every time you use your BP card. Apply today. BP, Amoco, from Rice Oil, La Follette.
This is TCAT Jacksboro President Dr. Debbie Petrie. Our new campus is being constructed, and this is Building A on the right as you enter campus. It'll house administration, student services, classrooms, plus a large meeting room. Building B is at the back of the campus. It is a football field and a half in length, housing welding, power sports, and more. Most of the current TCAT building's original structures will be demolished to make room for the new parking lot. We have a bright future at TCAT.
Campbell County's premier sports radio and TV talk show is on the air. This is Jake Miller Sports Talk on WLAF.
Jake Miller Sports Talk. It's WLAF. Jake Miller, Caden Poston, Matthew Moore. Guys, it is time for the water cooler presented by our friends at Martin and Effler Heating and Air. Get your tune-up done. Nobody needs to be in a hot house this summer. Give them a call today. Matthew's going to pop that number here up on the screen here in just a moment, and they will get you taken care of. All right, guys, it's time for the water cooler.
My favorite part, of this show.
I think it's everybody's favorite part of the show.
It's just awesome.
I got a text from my cousin a few weeks ago. He's like, dude, that is the best thing you do, is the water cooler. He's like, everything else is great, but the water cooler, you just learn so much about stuff that has absolutely no relevance to everyday life. But it's awesome. So we're going to...
Part of the shows when they sign off. That's my Muppets impression. Okay, I'll take my headset back off.
There's the water cooler.
We go to Portland, Maine, one of the most northeastern parts of the United States.
Wow. Portland.
A Maine resident's pet chicken was officially named the oldest of her species in the world at the age of 15 years and 100 days old. Frank Turek bought Gertie the Golden Seabright chicken to his Portland property when she was a freshly hatched chicken in 2010. Her plumage, once it fully emerged after a few months, was immediately stunning, he told Guinness World Records, and she was always the most photogenic. He said that despite being a smaller breed of chicken, Gertie quickly became to rule the roost since the original flock. Mm-hmm. We had 4 influxes of new chicks. Many have long passed, and others were too aggressive to fit when were adopted out. And through all those personnel changes, Gertie was the presumptive leader. She seems very confident with her new solo indoor life and loves the company of humans in the same room with her. She replies to her name with a sweet pup, 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 and will have conversations if you talk or sing to her. Guys, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't realize that chickens weren't supposed to live that long.
I mean,
I just eat chickens.
I just fried chicken. They live long enough to,
Live long enough to make it to McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you keep a chicken alive that long?
I don't know. I mean, you could just
What's
tell.
it look like?
It just looks old.
It looks dead. Dude,
can you say that again?
It looks dead.
Just how you said that.
It looks dead.
You sounded like Jace on Duck Dynasty, or not Jace, but Cy. Whatever he ate was dead.
Do you want to show the camera?
I don't know. No, this poor thing.
I wouldn't show that to my dog.
This thing looks like a fish. Does it not look more like a fish than it does a chicken?
It looks like one of them birds that is just hanging on for life. How do you? I mean, that's awesome. Like, congratulations. But dude,
that's just.
I've got a feeling when that thing dies, they're gonna have a big celebration of life on like WBR or something. On those.
It's
channels.
in Portland, Maine.
Well, not WBR, but like one of them local news channels, and there'll be like memorial for 100-year-old chicken
for Gertie.
Good
night. And we take a trip out to the polar opposite side of the country. Thank you, Matthew. Those onion rings are fantastic.
Coke Zero.
I love Coke Zero. A Los Angeles County supervisor is calling for a Federal Aviation Administration investigation after a chunk of ice crashed through the roof of a house. Obviously, we know out in Los Angeles, ice really isn't a thing, and it does get cold at night, but not enough to cause that.
Yep.
Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn shared photos on social media showing the dirt-covered ice chunk that crashed through the roof, punched a hole in the ceiling, and landed on the living room couch of a home in Los Angeles. Flight data shows the plane was flying overhead at the time. We are lucky no one was in the room when this happened. This incident could have been much worse. Hahn is calling for the FAA to investigate whether the ice chunk indeed fell from a plane. Resident, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name, was home at the time of the incident and said it sounded like an explosion. The home's owner is keeping the ice, which she described as having a foul odor, bagged and frozen until it could be identified. Okay.
So that's the ice everybody's talking about on Facebook. That's why everybody hates ice. Because it did that.
So I guess my biggest thing is they said they're keeping the ice. They said it's bagged.
So who's doing it?
I don't know. This seems like a hoax.
So it's bag of ice.
Mm-hmm.
going through the roof.
A chunk of ice.
I mean, a chunk of ice.
Mm-hmm.
How?
That's
I mean,
my question.
like how can you make ice so like that in California, right?
Yep.
That big that it goes through a roof. Jake, there's a lot of things I believe.
There's a lot of things that are wrong with this story.
But Jake, that's like me calling you and saying, "Hey, Heupel wants me to be the offense coordinator."
You think Los Angeles is lying to us again?
I mean, I don't know that. I mean, I'm not accusing nobody of lying. But I don't know how somebody, I mean, unless you are a hoarder of ice that keeps ice in a big room and they just really don't like this person and they're just throwing it in their house. I don't know if that's true or not.
So I'm looking at this.
Does it show the ice?
There's no way that did that much damage. Look at that. There's no way.
That don't even look like real ice.
No, it doesn't at all. And then it also, look at the ceiling.
I've watched Hollywood movies and they look more real than that.
Matthew, I think we have a hoax.
Oh, do we?
That sounds like insurance fraud.
Well, Jake, will you get on the ground? And well, let me get on the ground. And you, and then I'm gonna
stop
tell them
stop
that you hit me in the head. And I'm getting
Lord have
insurance,
mercy.
bro.
Anyway.
Because if they believe that, they're going to believe this.
Well, I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to tell you how it is because that's what I do. First of all, you would have to have a plane that is coming from so far north this time of year because right now in Colorado, if you go out there to ski, it's too warm for you to ski.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for a while. So in order for that to have been a thing.
I mean, how do you even...
Like, this plane would have had to have come from, like, very far north Canada.
And, two, they're not going to be able to investigate it because he touched the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy.
They said it had an odor.
An odor.
Ice doesn't stink.
An odor.
An odor. Like, I've never...
I wonder if it smelled like that chicken.
Guys, everybody that has watched this show and everybody that knows me where I stand politically, I have always said and will continue to say, especially after this, if they're claiming that a chunk of ice that big can do that much damage in Los Angeles, California, where it is known as sunny Los Angeles, California.
Sunny. Like, I know people that lived in California, and they will tell you today it barely rains out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blessing when it just pours the rain.
That's why there's so many deserts.
Yeah.
In Southern California.
I mean, like that rain we had earlier where it just poured.
That's a miracle to them.
That's a miracle to them. That's normal for us. There's no ice. That's not whatever.
If they're saying that, then I don't want to hear them say another thing about global warming because obviously it's not real.
Or aliens.
Or I can get behind the aliens. We got another text from my cousin Anthony. He said, "I believe the water cooler rules."
Water cooler.
But
does he have ice?
I'm sure he has plenty of ice in his freezer. I've got plenty of ice in mine. Matthew, you've got ice at your house. Do you have ice at your house?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to have ice in a regular Coke, baby.
No. When you get older, you'll understand. Give him about 2-3 more years, Matthew. He drinks one of those Cokes. It's going to hurt his stomach. He's going to wonder why. He's going to oh, yeah, my good buddy Jake Miller told me one day that Coke is going to hurt my stomach. And then you're going to switch to that right there.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm going to enjoy it until I can't.
Man alive. You know, something else that we had mentioned, you know, as one of the topics of the day was what this show does during the summer when there's absolutely nothing going on. It's like, could we come on here and talk about Major League Baseball? Yes. I'm not going to bore you to death with Major League Baseball all summer long because if I do that, none of you all will come back for football. Because we can sit here, we can talk about it all day.
I think Jake Monday would beg to differ.
Well, Jake Monday, come in and do a show.
I think that'd be great.
Jake and Jake.
Jake and Jake.
We need to make that happen.
Needs to be in a shirt or a restaurant. Jake and Jake, cheeseburgers and fries.
But you could not pay me enough to open up a restaurant.
Me either. But
I'd eat my profit away.
Oh, I would too. I couldn't own a restaurant.
But it's like, what are we going to talk about? So there's a few things we can do. I mean, we can strictly go water cooler. I mean, there's going to be a point in late June, early July. There's going to be nothing going on.
Only thing going on is free agency and, just practice for Tennessee football news, really.
That's it.
And Omaha, maybe. A little bit.
We ain't going to Omaha.
No, but we can talk about other, maybe.
We might be able to do that. But more so, we're
it's the most boringest time of the year.
It is. And then, of course, we got the dead period the last week in June and the first week in July. So
going on vacation for that, boys.
See, told you. Ain't going to be nothing to talk about. So we're just going to make it happen. What we're going to talk about, I don't know. It might just be Jake Miller Talks at that point. We might not mention a single thing about sports. I've had to do that a few times, by the way. Not fun. But what we can do, and we're going to let the listeners have some input too. Of course, I'm going to get a slew of text here in just a minute or so. But how about some sports history? I love doing those.
That'd be awesome. It'd be really cool. Like Tennessee sports history. Not just Tennessee, but I'd like to go back to just the general basics. Like, even when the orange became the orange. It's a pretty cool story.
It is a cool story. Have you ever heard the story, we talked about NASCAR a little bit earlier and how fun those are. Have you ever heard the story of L.W. Wright?
No, I've not.
Have you? So, L.W. Wright, there was a guy that entered the race at Talladega in the 80s by the name of L.W. Wright. Nobody had ever heard of this guy, right? Nobody's ever heard of him.
Nope.
But he says that he's got sponsorship from this person and this person and this person, and he's going to fill the car. Well, he actually did con a music company out of Nashville into sponsoring him.
Really?
So they gave him money. They gave him a check and everything.
That's pretty awesome.
Here's the problem. He gets down to Talladega, and he qualifies for the race. And back then, that was a big deal. He gets on the track. He runs about 5 laps. They black flag him. They pulled him off the track because he was too slow. He couldn't keep up, couldn't keep pace. So he parks the car, gets out of the car, disappears. And then it's like, okay, well, wait a minute.
What do you mean, like, disappear?
Disappears.
Like, just kabooey.
He didn't vanish. He didn't just vanish out of air. Like, he obviously made his way through the track and got out. But
I thought he just.
He didn't poof.
Oh,
but
like what's that? I never.
He wasn't one of the Fairly Odd
Looney
Parents.
Tunes, Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, he wasn't one of them. But But then there's this investigation.
Okay.
It's like, okay, well, we gave this guy money to be on this race car. Well, nobody's on the race car. Here's the thing. L.W. Wright did not exist. It was a fake name that he had given.
Oh, wow.
So for years, everyone's like, okay, well, this is the story of L.W. Wright. This is the story of L.W. Wright. Well, in 2023, he finally comes forward and says, I'm L.W. Wright. And they're like, prove it. Because there have been people that have said they were L.W. Wright and whatnot. But this guy's like, no, here's my fire suit from the race.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's... I wonder what they felt like.
They're like, wow, I'm meeting a legend. Guess what happened next? He finally went to jail.
He revealed himself.
He did. He revealed himself. L.W. Wright. And it's still, like, they called him the D.B. Cooper of NASCAR. His actual name is Larry Ernest Wright, but went under the alias L.W. Wright. So, yeah, he actually died in 2024 in Nashville. That's where he's from. So, yeah, later in life, he...
Is he out of jail?
Caden? Let me backtrack. He died.
Oh.
In 2024.
Oh, my mind went blank for just a second.
Yeah.
Listen, my mind is 100 miles an hour. Have you met me?
Yes. But they did the podcast with him in 2022, and in 2023, the day before Valentine's Day, he was finally caught by U.S. Marshals. He was charged with theft, burglary, and evading arrest.
Wow.
There's a whole subreddit dedicated to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like research and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, isn't it?
I wonder how he felt. He probably was like, I can't wait to go on this date for Valentine's Day. And
he was 73.
I mean, you never know.
I can't wait to go on this date for Valentine's Day.
I'm going down here at this local restaurant down here.
One thing is, he got arrested in Knox County before that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not under the same charges, obviously.
No.
Because nobody knew who he was. But yeah, he got arrested in Knoxville at one point, and then he got picked up by U.S. Marshals in Knox County as well.
Because of the...
Or in Jeff County.
Because of those charges.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
And he went to...
I bet he regretted revealing himself. Big time.
So at that point, it's like, well, 72 years old. Why not?
Here I am.
Here I am.
Take me, brothers. Take me home.
Could you imagine being that much of a con artist?
For all those years.
Mm-hmm.
Hiding behind doors.
And the thing is, like, people said they were L.W. Wright. People claimed to have known L.W. Wright, but they would never lead anybody to L.W. Wright. The reason that he got arrested was because he owed people like $50,000 to $100,000.
And he knew it.
Yeah, he knew it because he scammed him out of it when he tried to get in this race.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Then he goes, here I am, coppers. And then he went to jail.
Here I am. Take me to jail, buddy. Come on with it, Chetty.
My goodness. That is your water cooler presented by Martin and Effler.
I wonder if he went fishing.
I wonder if he
went to jail.
Matthew. Can we get him? Oh, my goodness. That is your water cooler presented by our friends at Martin and Effler. Stay with us. Jake Miller Sports Talk continues right here on WLAF.
At Alco Builders and Realty, we have agents that know the area, that are experts in the local market. It's very important in real estate to have someone on your team that understands the market. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you.
For more than 5 decades, one name has delivered excellence in paving: Boshears. Boshears Paving. From the perfect finish of your home driveway to commercial parking lots to roads for a new subdivision, Boshears Paving handles all types of paving projects. Boshears Paving protects your investment, enhances curb appeal with expert seal coating and precise professional striping. Unmatched quality, reliability, and service you can trust. No matter your paving needs, Boshears Paving is your solution. Call them today, 423-562-2162.
Hi, this is Kim from Bird Screen Printing. You need custom shirts, signs, or banners? Whether it's for school, business, or special event, we've got you covered. We're local, friendly, and ready to help turn your dreams into a reality. Fast, reliable service from folks you know and trust. Come see us at Bird Screen Printing. Let's get your next project started.
Hey, this is Larry Burge. Stop by and see us today in downtown La Follette at 225 East Central Avenue or call 423-562-3044. 562-3044. Go Cougars!
Whether you're a contractor or you're just handling a project around the house or farm, CNO Metal Sales has the best prices in the tri-state. Metal roofing custom cuts as well as delivery are available from CNO Metal. Be sure and ask us about our lifetime warranty on metal. Matt Klein can handle your big or small jobs from 1 piece of metal to 100. Select from 22 colors. CNO Metal Sales is right behind O'Reilly's Auto Parts in Middlesboro. Just take a left at the first stoplight and CNL is on the right. See or call Matt at 606-248-5744.
This is Matthew Klein, former Cougar number 42. Come see me at CNL Metal.
Since 1963, CNC Concrete has been serving Campbell County and surrounding areas with the best there is in concrete. The best in rock, the best in rebar, the best in sand, the best in pretty much anything pertaining to concrete. That's CNC Concrete. Bobby Crass is his family's second generation of owning and operating CNC. As Bobby says, we hold your dreams, the concrete to your dream home. CNC Concrete, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until the job gets done.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Quality and Clayton go hand in hand. That's quality constructed homes from Clayton Homes. The staff at Clayton Homes, located right here at home in Campbell County at Jacksboro, is ready to help you through all the steps of home ownership, from selecting the home that's just right for you to putting the keys in your hand. Since 1956, Clayton Homes has been making dreams come true. See the home folks about your new dream home from Clayton Homes, 110 North Street near Jacksboro Middle School. Call or just come on by.
Of all things Campbell County athletics and beyond, it's Jake Miller Sports Talk on WLAF.
Final segment of the program. It's Jake Miller. Caden Poston.
Donald Poston for you.
Matthew Moore.
What's Matthew's middle name?
Matthew.
Is it actually?
Matthew Moore.
Matthew Moore. Wow. What's yours, Jake?
Don't worry about it.
Just kidding.
We are going to make our picks by our friends at Slick's Barbershop. Guys, check them out down by the old Woodsons. Go in and see Nelson. Tell him you heard about it right here on Jake Miller Sports Talk. Now, with the picks that we are about to make, we are not telling you to go and gamble. If you choose to do so at your leisure, that is okay. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, call Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Let's pop on over to the NBA. We have 2 games tomorrow and got a slew of games on Saturday. So we are going to pick these 6 games, and you're just going to tell me whether you think who is going to win or not. All right. Up first, we have the Hornets and we have the Magic. Who you got?
Give me the Hornets.
I will take the Magic.
All right.
Warriors and Suns.
Give me the Suns. Warriors are not very good right now.
I will take the Suns as well. They're not playing good basketball. Raptors and the Cavs.
Give me the Raptors.
Give me Cleveland.
Cleveland!
This one's for you!
Hey, is LeBron ever going back to Cleveland?
I don't know. I know one thing, he ain't ever going to Memphis.
And I know he ain't retiring soon. So.
Nope. And then up next, we have the Timberwolves and the Nuggets.
Give me the Tims.
Give me the Nuggets.
I just ain't a Denver guy, man.
I like Denver.
I like chicken nuggets.
And there's that. And here you go. The Hawks versus the Knicks.
Give me the Hawks.
I will take the Hawks as well.
I mean, when has the Knicks been good?
The 90s.
I mean, a long time ago.
The 90s when they had Patrick Ewing.
Yeah. It has been bad, boys. It's a bad day over there.
Rockets, Lakers. As much as you don't want to say it.
Lakers, man.
Give me the Lakers.
Loaded.
Matter of fact, let's go ahead and talk about the Sunday games as well. We got the Sixers and the Celtics.
Give me the Celtics.
Give me the C's. They are a 12.5-point favorite in that game. And then we have the Trailblazers and the Spurs.
Give me the Spurs.
Give me the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama.
He is awesome.
He's everything that everyone said he was
going to
going
come to Tennessee.
Well,
might as well. Everybody else
is. Come on, hop on that bandwagon. And then our final pick of the evening, the Knoxville Ice Bears or the Peoria Rivermen.
Give me the Ice Bears all day, every day.
Give me the Ice Bears. Game 1 and Game 2 this weekend. Game 3 will be next Thursday. We will not have a show next Thursday as I will be at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum cheering on.
I'm jealous.
Our Ice Bears. If I can get you a buddy pass, would you go?
Oh, I would go.
Game 3?
Game 3, baby.
Playoff game?
Playoff game.
Wild?
Well, I mean, I'm posting Wild. Just chill out.
They gonna fight?
Well, I mean, I mean, that's part of the game, though.
That's part of the game.
I mean, they fight in basketball, too.
Yeah, but
Ole Miss tell you all about it.
But it's very frowned upon in basketball. It's not frowned upon in hockey. If you fight.
Well, no, because that's part of it. You know, as long as I'm not fighting, I'm good.
There was one game I went to. There was a full-blown brawl. It's 5 guys versus 5 guys, and each side has a goalie. There was a 5-on-5 brawl at one point in the season, and that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. The refs just let it go.
I mean, I ain't fighting. I ain't breaking it up.
I'm going to sit there and watch.
I mean, you got that 6'9" guy that plays for him right now, 7 foot. I mean, I'm not breaking that up.
No. Well, the funniest part about that, he ends up getting in a fight later in the game, and the ref is trying to wrap his arms around him, and he can't get his arms around him, so he's just sitting here doing this all the way back to the
If I was that ref, I'd go up and get some nachos and come back till it's over.
That's going to do it for us. Thank you, Caden.
Thank you,
Thank you, Matthew. Something else coming up next here on WLAF. Tune in 2 weeks for Jake Miller Sports Talk right here on WLAF.